much for each other. We thank you for the opportunities that you put before us. Father, we thank you for this season where everybody is a little bit nicer. Father, we pray that this spirit of compassion and kindness lasts longer this year, into the next year. Help us remember that what we do, if we're not helping someone else be better, if we're not leaving a legacy of kindness and compassion with love, then what was our life about? So we thank you for the opportunity to advance your character. These things we ask in Yeshua's name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Landon. Come back again sometime and help us again. Thank you. All right. So tonight we have a special guest with us, Mr. William Baxter and his wife, and Bill, I'll call him Bill, manages and directs the Paducah Tillman Museum and does an excellent job. Not Paducah Tillman, Tillman Museum, and I must say does an excellent job. And he's one of those people that I hear so many compliments on from the whole community. And so tonight, Bill, I would like to present you with a Duke of Paducah. And you've been recommended by a friend to receive this, so I'm happy to do this for you. To all to whom these presents shall come, greetings. Know ye that William Baxter is named a Duke of Paducah. I hereby confer this honor with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. In testimony whereof, I have caused these letters to be made patent in the seal of the city to be hereunto affixed. And we were going to present this to you on the 5th of January, so we're doing it a little early. So today is not the 5th of January, but we're excited to give this to you early, and we appreciate everything that you do for Paducah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor.
And you want to say something?
Yes, well, this is very, very unexpected and quite an honor. My goodness. It's hard to believe that it's been almost 10 years, a little over 10 years since Mary Hammond and Dr. Wally Montgomery asked me to sit on the board of this building that I didn't even know existed. Mm-hmm. And that started kind of just this last 10 years, a long journey of learning of the wonderful Civil War heritage here in this city, in this area. And my goodness, it's just been so much fun. All the people who come through the doors of that museum, it used to be that, and it was never a secret, that people came to town to see the Quilt Museum, and, I've got a few extra minutes, so we heard you were over here, so they'd stop in. Now, I've got people coming through the doors of the museum who say, we're here to see you. Oh, yes, we heard that the Quilt Museum's here, but and they still want to see that. But anyway, so we've just been having so much fun these past 10 years. I feel somewhat remiss in the fact that I haven't come over here and absconded with the entire City Commission and brought you over. I know when Jeff first came to Paducah, I did come over and kidnap him one day, and we spent a couple of hours in the museum. And I'm just like to take this opportunity just to extend an invitation to each and every one of you. Some will say, I've been in the museum. Well, you haven't been there since I've been there. Mm-hmm. I remember the people who come through the door, and it is not your grandfather's Buick. Mm-hmm. This is a totally renovated, and we're telling all of the wonderful history and stories of Paducah. We still have a lot of the same things the old museum had, but the history here is just so rich, and so anyway, it's been fun, and this is really quite an honor, and I thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Merry
Thank you
Christmas.
for everything you do for Paducah. Appreciate
It's
it.
a joy. Thank you.
Okay, Commissioner Abraham, please. Minutes.
I move that the reading of the minutes for December 8th, 2015 City Commission meeting be waived and that the minutes of said meetings prepared by the city clerk be approved as written.
Second.
City Clerk.
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. We'll go on to motion. Commissioner Galt, please.
I move that the following bids be received and filed. Engineering Public Works Department Dome Relocation Project, A&K Construction, MP Lawson Construction, and Pinnacle, Inc.
Second.
City Clerk.
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. Under municipal order, Commissioner Rhodes, please.
Upon the recommendation of the city manager, the Board of Commissioners of the City of Paducah order that the personal changes on the attached list be approved.
Second.
City Clerk.
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. Commissioner Wilson, please.
I move that a municipal order entitled, "A Municipal Order of the City of Paducah, Kentucky, authorizing an agreement between the City of Paducah, Kentucky and the Paducah Tennis Association with respect to use of the Noble Park Tennis Courts by St. Mary High School, authorizing the execution of the agreement be adopted."
Second.
This is exciting.
This is, they have found an anonymous donor who will donate $10,000 to the construction project on the tennis shelter and restrooms. And for that, they're asking that we allow St. Mary to use the courts rent-free for the next 20 years. They actually do pay rent now on an annual basis between $600 and $800, just depending. But this gives it up front and will allow us to add that to the construction project. I did receive a email from Jane Gamble this afternoon and telling me that outside of this, they have raised $46,760. And the city has set aside another $45,000. So with this, it will make it over $101,000 into the project. So it will happen soon, next spring, I would think.
How much are they needing?
We're talking about somewhere, they're actually applying for a USTA grant also. So they're trying to get up to close to $120,000. It's a prefab building, and that comes in somewhere around $83,000, I think.
I know they have a private fundraising campaign going
Right.
too.
So it's getting there.
Okay.
Looking positive.
Thank you. City Clerk.
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. Commissioner Abraham, please.
I move that a municipal order entitled, "A Municipal Order of the City of Paducah, Kentucky, authorizing a second extension under the hotel development agreement between the City of Paducah, Kentucky and the Paducah Riverfront Hotel LP with respect to a public project, authorizing the execution of the agreement be adopted."
Second.
Efforts between the Convention Center Corporation and Lingate Hospitality to reach an agreement on an operation of the Convention Center ongoing have not resulted in come to fruition yet. So this is simply an extension of time to allow that to continue. It also has the effect of setting aside the entering into a development agreement as a condition for the city executing the land lease with Lingate. So we are able to go ahead and do that while this effort continues on the management agreement.
City Clerk.
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. Ordinances adoption. Commissioner Galt.
I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt an ordinance entitled, an ordinance accepting the proposal for financial audits for Electric Plant Board DBA Paducah Power System for fiscal years ending June 30th, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019, and authorizing the mayor to execute all documents relating to same. This ordinance is summarized as follows, that the City of Paducah accepts the proposal of Williams Lentz LLP, certified public accountants for financial audits for Electric Plant Board DBA Paducah Power Systems for fiscal years ending June 30th, 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019 for the total sum not to exceed $61,000, and authorizing the mayor to execute all documents relating to same.
Second.
City Clerk?
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. Commissioner Rhodes, please.
I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt an ordinance entitled, an ordinance accepting the bid of Paducah Ford for the sale to the City of Paducah 10 2016 police pursuit-rated SUVs for use by the Paducah Police Department, and authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for same. This ordinance is summarized as follows. The City of Paducah accepts the bid of Paducah Ford in the total amount of $331,844 for the purchase of 10 2016 police pursuit-rated SUVs for use by the City Paducah Police Department, and authorizes the mayor to execute a contract for same.
Second.
City Clerk?
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. Commissioner Wilson, please.
I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt an ordinance entitled, an ordinance accepting the bid of JSC Terminal LLC, DBA Midwest Terminal, for the city's fuel supply for the 2016 and 2017 calendar years, and authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for same. This ordinance is summarized as follows. The City of Paducah hereby accepts the bid JSC Terminal LLC, DBA Midwest Terminal, for the city's supply of gasoline, diesel fuel, and diesel fuel off-road at OPIS price plus a daily adjustment of .09 per gallon, and authorizes the mayor to execute a contract for same. Said contract is for a period of 2 years and contains 2 additional 1-year options to renew if both parties agree.
Second.
City Clerk?
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. Commissioner Abraham, please.
I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt an ordinance entitled, an ordinance approving supplemental agreement number 1 between the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Highways, and the City of Paducah, Kentucky for the Riverfront Improvement Project Phase 1B, and authorizing the mayor to execute same. This ordinance is summarized as follows. The City of Paducah hereby approves and authorizes the mayor to execute supplemental agreement number 1 with the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Highways for additional reimbursable funding in the amount of $1,525 for completion of the Riverfront Redevelopment Project Phase 1B. This additional funding increases the total funding to $5,445,000.
Second.
City Clerk?
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. Commissioner Galt, please.
I move that the Board of Commissioners adopt an ordinance entitled, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of a mobile surveillance camera system for the City of Paducah, Kentucky for use by the Paducah Police Department, and authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for same. This ordinance is summarized as follows. That the City of Paducah accepts the bid of Net Vision 360 Group in the total amount of $45,643.50 for the purchase of a mobile surveillance camera system for use by the Paducah Police Department, and authorizes the mayor to execute a contract for same.
Second.
City Clerk?
Commissioner Abraham,
Aye.
Commissioner Galt,
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes,
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Kayler.
Aye. So we'll go into our ordinances introduction, so we don't vote on these tonight. Commissioner Rhodes, please.
Okay. I move that the Board of Commissioners introduce an ordinance entitled, an ordinance accepting the bid for the Dome Relocation Project and authorizing the mayor to execute a contract for same. This ordinance is summarized as follows. that the City of Paducah accepts the bid of A&K Construction Incorporated in the amount of $878,153 plus prospective incentive amount for the dome relocation project. This prospective amount is in compliance with the incentive schedule contained in the contract documents and shall not exceed $34,500. Further, the mayor is authorized to execute the contract with A&K for a dome relocation project.
Second.
Mayor, Commission, City Manager, I've got Backus Oliver with Markham Engineering here to address any questions that you all might have.
Well, we got a better bid than we thought.
We're within and below budget on our bid, even with the incentive.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's all good. Moving on. You have any questions for Mr. Backus? All right.
No.
Thank you, Rick. Commissioner Wilson, please.
I move that the Board of Commissioners introduce an ordinance entitled, an ordinance repealing Ordinance 2014-6-8155 and adopting the City of Paducah, Kentucky revised annual budget for the fiscal year July 1, 2014 through June 30th, 2015, by estimating revenues and resources and appropriating funds for the operation of city government. This ordinance is summarized as follows. The City of Paducah repeals ordinance number 2014-6-8155 that estimated revenues and resources and appropriated funds for fiscal year 2015 and adopts a budget for fiscal year 2015 that reflects all adjustments made through the fiscal year and any adjustments required by the independent financial auditors. The appropriations of city government for a total of $67,986,390 and summarized by fund as follows. General, $32,971,325. MAP, $1,401,870. Investment, $5,044,820. CDBG, $237,500. Home, $80,430. E911, $1,576,740. Court awards, $39,985. Debt, $3,124,075. CIP, $6,421,830. Bond, $4,230,095. Solid Waste, $4,581,995. Civic Center, $98,345. Rental, $147,510. Radio depreciation, $137,370. Fleet, $540,330. Fleet trust, $780,835. Self-insurance, $1,031,445. Health insurance, $3,996,220. AEPF, PFPF, and TRSTS, $1,543,670. Total of $67,986,390.
Second.
Hi, John.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. The proposed ordinance before you tonight reflects adjustments throughout the fiscal year 2015 for the year that ended June 2015. Basically, the ordinance represents year-end housekeeping and cleanup that follow the fiscal year closing, and it would include adjustments throughout the year, including those required by the independent financial auditors.
And then we're going to start preliminary talks on the budget in January.
Well, we're going to begin earlier this year in January, we hope, with one of what may be 2, maybe 3 workshops focusing on the capital planning part of it, picking up where we left off last spring with the prioritization process for city capital projects and the determination of which projects you may want to move forward, and then, of course, how we would pay for those. So we're going to do that sort of before we get into the operational budget, and because the timing is such that we really need to do that ahead of the rest of it.
So basically, this wraps up 15. We're in the middle of 16, and soon we'll be talking about 17.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. City Manager's report.
Just a reminder to the Commission that we have a special meeting on Thursday evening, December 17th at 5:30. And secondly, that asking for an executive session on the subject of personnel.
Okay, and I'd just like to say congratulations to Commissioner Galt on her appointment by the governor to the Tennessee Tom Bigby Waterways Board.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I know that'll be a challenging time on there, and I know it's very exciting. You'll learn a lot, and do you have anything to say about it?
No, it is all those things. I served Kincanner's unexpired terms, but that was a very short time, about 6 months, and I've already, it's a challenge, but I learned a lot.
You'll represent us well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments tonight?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, any public comments? Okay. Who has the executive session?
I have it, Mayor. I move that the board goes into closed session for discussion of matters pertaining to the following topic: issues which might lead to the appointment, dismissal, or disciplining of an employee as permitted by KRS 61.8101F.
Second.
City Clerk?
Commissioner Abraham?
Aye.
Commissioner Galt?
Aye.
Commissioner Rhodes?
Aye.
Commissioner Wilson?
Aye.
Mayor Kayler?
Aye. Okay, we will not be coming back out for anything, so meeting's adjourned.